Yeah, I can understand how it could be a little bit on the creepy side. Yeah. Ethical, I'm not exactly sure. If you got a call from a former OBGYN asking you out on a date, how would you feel about it?
Nope.
Let me give dates here. I'm going to mix them up a little bit because I promised her I would. So a friend of mine was seeing a OBGYN for years and years and years. A dude that she was really, really comfortable with. At first, I think she was reluctant to have a male OBGYN, but she did it. And she was really happy with this guy for years and years and years. Well, she moves to a different part of town, way different part of town. And I guess she calls the office, or her new OBGYN's office calls the old office to get records transferred back and forth. Does that all make sense?
Yeah, I mean, if she's switching offices, yes. If you're in the same office, I don't know why you would need different records, but something must have happened there that records needed to be placed somewhere.
Yeah, this is a different office. This is way out from where she was going before. So I don't know. They're exchanging whatever. So the former office is great. They go ahead, they transfer all the files. Boom. Like 3 days later.
So she's a new patient somewhere else.
So they're
transferring the documents. So that means the old office knows she's no longer a patient of theirs because she is now going somewhere that's closer to where she moved.
Exactly what you just said.
Got it.
About 3 days after that, she gets a text from the former OBGYN. And at first, it's sort of professional, like, hey, want to let you know.
Did you say a text?
That was a text. So it's a text that says, hey, just checking on you. Hope you're happy with your new OBGYN. I understand why you're going to see somebody else, but thanks for the years that you were with the office. She responds back. And then in like a second or third text, he asks her out for drinks.
No, absolutely not. That's so inappropriate.
And this is just a couple of days after, right? So it's almost like he was waiting and waiting.
It ain't almost. That's exactly what he was doing.
I felt like he was just waiting and waiting and waiting, right? It does feel a little creepy. Is it unethical?
Yes.
Yeah? 1-855-BERT.
Especially texting. Like, none of my doctors text me. You go through my chart. Like, you don't even do an email. Like, you go through the messages through the medical website in order to communicate with me. Like, this is just creepy. I mean, I know he's a doctor and all, but sorry, not sorry. I don't think so.
I was just thinking for her, like, every time, if he hits her up 3 days after she contacts the office and says, I'm not coming there again, he was eager to ask her out.
Yes.
So that means he was eager when she showed up every time for her appointment too, right?
I would think so. I think it says that because, I mean, that didn't just come out of nowhere. It's not a light switch you just clicked on and all of a sudden you were attracted and you wanted to date her. Like, that's been there the entire time you were doing your work.
Cassie.
It's grossly unethical, unprofessional, and the fastest way to make a patient, especially considering his area of expertise, to make a woman feel uncomfortable at any gynecologist appointment from that point forward. I would always be questioning, always be wondering, and I would never feel safe in a doctor's office again, honestly, if that happened. You know, you can find, like... Doctors are humans, and I am sure plenty of male gynecologists will look at some patients and like objectively be like, yeah, that person's attractive. They don't act on it because their job is to keep you healthy and you are a patient and there is a line there. And he crossed that line. And honestly, I would report that to the medical board because if he's doing it to you, at least he waited till you left the practice, but who knows what other lines he is crossing with other patients. It's highly unethical and I'm so uncomfortable for her.
Yeah, because whether you want to believe it or not, or whether you see it this way or not, there is a power dynamic there. Like when you're a patient and you're in the presence of a medical professional, a doctor of some sort, because they're the one that has all the knowledge over your health. So to put her in that position, if it ever happens as you are a patient, that is gross misconduct. Yeah. And to do this after, and because of his area of expertise, I'm 100% with Cassie. For a woman for that area, I had not like this, but I did have a bad experience. I get anxiety every time I go now because I automatically refer back to that one appointment where they told me it wasn't going to hurt and it hurt so freaking bad and they lied. And now every time I see those stirrups, it's like immediately like this form of PTSD. So Yeah, that was a major line cross.
Yeah, and we've had OBGYNs on before saying, look, for us, it's just, they're parts.
And I get that.
That's it. It's just parts, right? But when you hear a story like this, right, and you have a male OBGYN that steps over that boundary, obviously, I can see how you'd be reluctant to have like a male doctor in this case.
Yeah, like I'm genuinely curious now. So for me, my preference of OBGYN is a woman, and it always has been, and that's who I've always had. And not from a getting hit on standpoint, but just from like, I want somebody that has the same parts as me, because I just feel like we're going to connect better that way, and she's going to get me more. But for people who, depending on your sexual orientation, like for straight women, do they avoid male gynecologists for this reason? And for lesbian women, do they avoid female gynecologists for this reason?
Yeah, I don't know. I know that it did feel creepy to me. Like, if this was my wife or whatever, or an ex, I would not a wife, but an ex.
I was getting ready to say, that's a whole other ball of wax.
Then we got a whole other storyline.
Whole other set of stirrups we got to get on over to.
The Bert Show.
So first, thanks for watching. Second, you like what you just watched? That just scratches the surface. Get The Bert Show on any podcast platform. We're so good.